Hello students. Now in this video we will particularly focus on the concept of modulus of a complex number. What is the importance of modulus of a complex number? Where it is applicable, where it is used, that we will discuss through this video. And one thing I personally felt that you all gone through complex number. Okay, just you do a quick review, because next all concept what I will teach now, it all based on the previous concept. So please make sure that you have clearly understood previous video content of complex number. So in this video I will discuss the concept called as modulus. Okay, modulus and multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse of complex number. Okay, modulus and multiplicative inverse of complex number. Now, what is modulus? What is the use? What is the multiplicative? That we discuss now. What is modulus is, if z equal to x plus iy, or you may take a plus ib, it's your choice. Okay, if z equal to x plus iy is a complex number, then its modulus is given by mod z. This is the notation. If you have taken complex number as a equal to x plus iy, then its modulus is mod a, which is nothing but square root of real part square. Which is the real part in x plus iy? X. So x square plus imaginary part. What is the imaginary part in this? Y square. Okay, so this thing you always keep in mind. If z equal to x plus iy is a complex number, then its modulus is given by mod z, which is equal to square root of x square plus y square. Now what is its use? So what we will do here is, I will give it as a note. The modulus, as a note I want to give you, the modulus equal to x square plus y square is distance of point P of x comma y from origin. What modulus in complex number gives me is, it tells me a distance of the point x comma y from the origin. If you calculate modulus, means it will give some number. It may be 5, 6, 0.5, 2 by 3, some answer it will give. What that answer suggests you that, it tells you that complex number. See, always keep in mind, I will tell you in the next, after few, I'll tell its meaning. If z equal to x plus iy, its points are given as x comma y. Always keep in mind, where x is real part, y is imaginary part. So what modulus gives you is, modulus gives you that how much it is far from origin. How much distance between x comma y and 0 comma 0, because origin is usually 0 comma 0. Therefore, if it is a complex, that I will teach you in next idea. Think that you have written 2 plus 3i. So usually real part will come on x axis, imaginary part will come on y axis. Think that it is 2 and it is 3i. When you join, you will get like this, 2 plus 3i. Now if you draw a straight line, this is nothing but modulus. What it gives you is, that point gives you a distance of 2, 3 from origin. So that is the speciality of modulus in complex number. So indirectly modulus gives you a distance between origin and end. Okay, and how to find? It is nothing but under root of real part square plus imaginary part square. In x plus iy, x is a real part, y is the imaginary part. Don't take iy as imaginary part. I is a notation iota to represent complex number. Okay, so that thing is most important. Now I will discuss few properties based on this modulus. But before this, I want to tell a few examples to you people to make it clear. Example: if z equal to 2 plus 3i, okay, then what is mod z? It is nothing but, it looks like x plus iy, so it is nothing but 2 square plus 3 square, which is nothing but 4 plus 9, that is root 13, or you may write root 13 units. If anyone asks you question, minus 2 plus I, then what is mod z? It is nothing but square root of, real part is minus 2, therefore minus 2 plus square plus, what is coefficient of I? 1. It is 1 square. When you square, it is 4 plus 1 root 5. What it indicates? That first question indicates that distance of 2, 3 from origin in complex plane is root 13 unit. Distance of minus 2, 1 from origin is root 5 unit. If you have another question, minus 3 minus 2i, okay, then mod z is equal to square root of minus 3 the whole square plus, what is the coefficient of I? Minus 2. So I'll write it as a minus 2 plus 3, which is nothing but 9 plus 4 is nothing but root 13. Okay, this is the way to calculate modulus of a complex number. It all is systematically. Understood? So all you need is perfection. So real part, whatever real part is there, that's square plus imaginary part. Imaginary part means you will always consider coefficient of I. It may be plus, minus, you need to take it consideration. That is most important, my dear students. Understood? So that is the important fact. Now based on modulus, I want to tell you few things which helps you a lot to discuss ideas. I want to tell you one thing. I will give you as a note. Okay. The very first note is always keep in mind z into z bar is equal to mod z the square. This is most important note in complex number. We all studied z as a complex number. Yesterday's class, that is previous video, we all studied about conjugate of a complex number. So what this want to say is, when you multiply given complex number with its conjugate, its answer is modulus of a complex number square. How to prove? That I will take. They will never ask derivation, but you just keep in mind. To prove this result, I will take let z equal to x plus iy as a complex number. Then, what is z bar? Z bar is nothing but conjugate x minus iy. Now, z into z bar, that is x plus iy into x minus iy. It looks like a plus b, a minus b. We all know that a square minus b square, b is iy. Okay, which is nothing but x square minus I square into y square, which is x square. I square is minus 1, minus minus become plus. X square plus y square. I got to know z plus z bar is x square plus y square. Call it as equation number 1. Now parallelly I will take this thing. If z equal to x plus iy, then what is modulus of z? It is under root of x square plus y square. And right? Then what is mod z the whole square? It is nothing but root of x square plus y square the whole square. What you got? Mod z square equal to that square root and square cancel. You got x square plus y square. If you compare both, that is z into z bar mod z square. Both equations right hand sides are same. With this I can conclude z into z bar is always equal to mod z the whole square. That is the result. This thing you always keep in mind. If you multiply a complex number, given complex number with its conjugate, that is very important. If you multiply a given complex number along with or with its conjugate, its resultant answer is mod z the whole square. It is modulus square of a modulus of that complex number. Okay, so that is a very important thing. So I'll give it as a note number 1. Now, with this I will do some game I will play with this equation. And let me check what will happen. Okay, so what we'll do here is I will consider this. Okay, I will take this as a point number 2. This is point number 1. We know that z into z bar. It is right. We know that z into z bar is mod z the whole square, which implies what is z equal? Mod z square divided by z bar, which implies I will reverse it, and reverse it will become 1 by z. 1 by z is nothing but z bar divided by mod z the whole square. Usually we write 1 by z as z inverse. That is z bar divided by mod z square. Okay. Therefore, z inverse is called multiplicative inverse of z. Therefore, multiplicative inverse of z is equal to z bar divided by mod z the whole square. That is note number 2. Both are back to back important results. Multiplicative inverse. So what do we do multiplicative inverse in the normal life mathematics? We all many times we observe 2 into 1 by 2 is 1. 3 into 1 by 3 1. Or you can write it as 2 into 2 inverse. Okay, so similarly if I apply these two in complex number, here z inverse is multiplicative inverse of z and its formula is given by z bar divided by mod z the whole square. In question paper they will ask, okay, in third question paper, find the multiplicative inverse of 2 plus 3i. So what you should do, find first z bar, then find mod z whole square and divide. What answer you get, that will be the multiplicative inverse of that given question. And if you want to verify whether my answer is correct or not, what you should do, multiply z, that is given question, with z bar, that is z inverse. Okay, what multiplicative answer you will find? No, at the end you multiply that multiplicative answer with given question, your answer should come 1. You just check, then your answer is correct. It looks like 2 into 2 inverse. Obviously you should get answer 1 like this. Understood? So this is as note number 2. Okay, the first one is modulus of a complex number with when z with z bar you get square of modulus of complex number, and second one is multiplicative inverse. Okay, we'll move on to the property number 3. Always keep in mind, modulus of z1 into z2 is equal to mod z1 into mod z2. Property number 4 is mod z1 plus mod z2 is equal to mod z1 plus mod z2. Similarly, property 5, mod z1 minus mod z2 is equal to mod z1 minus mod z2. You verify it with yourself. You will get to know its importance, how to deal with this. Mod of z1 divided by mod of z2 is equal to mod of z1 divided by mod of z2. I will tell you one more thing. Z bar, the whole bar is z. That is very important. Z bar, the whole bar. We all know that z is x plus I bar. Yes. What is z bar? It is x minus I bar. Now, what is z bar, the whole bar? It is nothing but conjugate of x minus I bar. It is x plus I bar. X plus I is z only. Therefore, z bar, the whole bar is z itself. Okay. Then property number 8. So one is a mod z1 z2 and a mod z1 by z2 individually. Then mod of z1 by z2 bar is equal to z1 bar divided by z2 bar. Okay, these are all few properties which I want to give you, and one more property I added, that is z1 into z2 bar is equal to induce of z bar into z2 bar. So z1 into z2 bar is equal to z1 bar into z2 bar. So with this idea, I will proceed for the problems based on this. And first one is modulus. How to find modulus? It is nothing but for a given complex number z, modulus is given by square root of x square plus y square. What it gives? It gives me a distance of that point x comma y from the origin. How far from origin that point is? That is modulus of a complex number. Then I developed a few ideas which I wrote, and based on these ideas what I developed, now I'll solve few questions. So these all are very important note for your problem. So please show interest in understanding these questions or understanding these theories. Okay, these all play major role. Okay, let me move on to the problems based on it. All you need is your involvement in it. Anything is easy provided you make that concept easy. Understood? You make how to make that concept easy? By regular practice, and most importantly, read with interest, not with pressure. That is very important. Okay. Now we will solve some question. Find. This is a question paper question. Find multiplicative inverse of z equal to, or simply they will given, find multiplicative inverse of 2 minus 3i. This is a 2 marks question. They ask in a question paper. So what you will do initially is, let z, not given, so I mentioned 2 minus 3. We know that multiplicative inverse of z is given by z bar divided by mod z whole square. So this is the formula which we just revealed. Okay. Now what is z bar? Z bar is nothing but conjugate. How to find conjugate? Change the sign present with I. So with I, negative sign is there, make it positive. It is 2 plus 3i. Now also, what is modulus of z? It is nothing but 2 square plus minus 3 the whole square, right? Which is 4 plus 9, which is root 13, which implies mod z the whole square is 30. Therefore, multiplicative, okay, inverse is z bar. What is z bar? It it is 2 plus 3i divided by root 13, or in short you can write it as 2 by root 13 plus I times of 3 by root 13. That is called as multiplicative inverse of this particular complex number. Okay, all you need is its complete idea. Okay, if you understand it, no, you can easily manage what comes to you. Okay, so the answer for this question is 2 by, okay, sorry, I am extremely sorry. So mod z square I need to write down. This mod z square is 13. I'm extremely sorry because the formula itself says z bar by mod z square. So mod z square is 13. Okay, I'm extremely sorry. Therefore, this is the answer for multiplicative inverse of given question. So what you did first of all, we have written formula. So after formula, you made conjugate this 2 plus 3i, then mod z you got, but I want mod z square, that is 13. So multiplicative inverse is z bar, that is 2 plus 3i divided by mod z the square. So mod z the square is already I found it is 13. So I made 2 by 13 plus I times of 3 by 13. So all is very simplified. So which is nothing but we got to know how to find answer for this particular question. So this is called as multiplicative inverse of given question. So I'll solve one more question based on multiplicative inverse. So let me give you the insight. The second question they expected is 4 minus 3i. Okay. Second question for multiplicative inverse. Find multiplicative inverse, okay, of 4 minus 3i. Okay. So what do you do first? We take 4 minus 3i. We know that multiplicative inverse formula is z inverse is equal to z bar divided by mod z the whole square. Now z bar is nothing but change the sign I, 4 plus 3i. Mod z is nothing but square root of 16 plus 9, which is 25. Okay. Now when you take square, so it becomes 25. Therefore multiplicative, okay, multiplicative inverse, okay, is given by z bar. So that is 4 plus 3i upon 25, or you will write like that 4 by 25 plus I times of 3 by 25. Okay, so that is called as multiplicative inverse of given question. Let me verify the answer. If you check the answer, you will get it in a same, that is 4 by 25 plus I times of 3 by 25 is the answer for this multiplicative inverse. So I'll solve one more question so that you will get an insight. One more question, and rest all you just take it because it's a very important question for exam point of view. The third question, find multiplicative inverse of root 5 plus 3i. Okay, so I will call it as z is root 5 plus 3i. So we know that multiplicative inverse, okay, is given by, okay, z bar divided by mod z the whole square. Okay. Now what is z bar? Z bar is nothing but conjugate, is root 5 minus 3y. Okay. Now also what is mod z? It is root 5 the whole square. It is 5 plus minus 3 the whole square, that is 9. So 9 plus 4, 13, 13 plus 1, 14. Now when you take square, so it becomes 14. Therefore multiplicative, okay, inverse is z bar, that is root 5 minus 3i divided by 14, which in turn you can write it as root 5 by 14 plus I times of minus 3 by 14. So that is the multiplicative inverse of this particular question. It all possible, okay, because of the formula, okay, is root 5 by 14 minus I times of 3 by 14. So that is called as multiplicative inverse. Now I have one more question which is a bit confusing for a few people. So for that sake I will consider that problem also. Okay. So I'll solve fourth question. So the question given is find the multiplicative inverse of minus I. So they have given only minus I and they expect from me find the multiplicative inverse. So we will make it simple. So what we do here is, right, let z equal to, here only imaginary part is given, I will make it as 0 minus I. Okay. Now which is nothing but, we know that multiplicative inverse is given by this formula. Okay. Now what is z bar? It is 0 plus I. It won't affect, it is plus I. So what is mod z? Mod z is nothing but square root of 0 plus square is square plus 1 square is 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So root 1 is 1. So it is nothing but mod z square. Or you can take, so it is mod z is 1, mod z square is also 1. Multiplicative inverse is given by z bar. So what is z bar? It is I divided by 1. It is I. Understood? So all you did, okay, all you need is your perfect idea. If you understand this thing, you can manage anything in this field. Okay. So the multiplicative inverse of minus I is always given by plus I, or if you wish to write it in a standard form, you can write it as a 0 plus I into 1. It's your wish. Okay. But I wrote in this way. If you want to write it in a detailed form, you can write that I as a 0 plus I into 1. So that is called as multiplicative inverse of these questions. Now after this, we will proceed for few interesting question. And after this, we will take, okay, some new concept so that you will get an idea. Okay. Hope so you understood conjugate concept. So what we studied is, we all know that z into z bar is mod z square. Yes. So with this I got to know z equal to mod z square divided by z bar. And we reverse it, I got 1 by z equal to z bar divided by mod z the whole square. Or you can write z inverse is equal to z bar divided by mod z the whole square. So it looks like 2 inverse. When you multiply given question with its inverse, you will get to know that answer. So in this case it is I into, okay, so it is nothing but z inverse. The what answer you got here is plus I. So when you take, okay, I square into I square, you will obviously get that plus answer. You just check. When I told 2 inverse, when you multiply with 2, answer is 1. So here given question is minus I. Okay, what is its multiplicative answer you got? It is plus I. We all know that minus everything. I into I is I square. I square is minus 1. Okay, so minus minus become plus. Okay, if you check for the previous case, let me take one question. I have forgotten to give you the demo based on it. I'll take one question so that you will get. So just now I saw one question 2 minus 3I multiplicative inverse. So what answer I got for multiplicative inverse? That multiplicative inverse answer I got is, it is z inverse 2 by 13 plus I times of 3 by 13, right? So this answer we got. Now it is nothing but how to tackle this question. So you just multiply 2 minus 3I, okay, into, that is just you multiply that, it is 2 by 13. We will take it as a 2 plus 3I divided by 13. Am I right? Because I took it as a 1 instead of LCM. We know that a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square, okay, minus b square divided by 13. So 2 square is 9 minus 3 square is 9 into I square is minus 1 upon 13, which is nothing but 4 plus 9 upon 13, which is 13 by 13. Answer is 1. It looks like 2 inverse when you multiply with 2, answer is 1. So similarly, the multiplicative inverse procedure is like this, but don't show it in exam. If they ask question of finding multiplicative inverse, no, follow this method. That's enough. It is for your verification. Don't write these all things in exam papers. Okay, it's for your private or personal, okay, identification. Wow, whether it is true or what. Okay, don't show anywhere this calculation. Just write down these things. That's it. Okay, fine. It's for your verification. Now I'll take few questions based on modulus, conjugate, all these things, and after this I will jump to the next idea. Okay, so every year multiplicative inverse question is fixed, so please you make sure that you have understood this idea properly. Now I'll discuss questions based on so far concept what we discussed from miscellaneous part. So there is one question given: find the conjugate of 3 minus 2i, okay, 3 minus 2i into 2 plus 3i, okay, divided by 1 plus 2i, okay, into 2 minus I. So this is the question given. I want conjugate of this complex number. What is the conjugate? If z is given as x plus iy, its conjugate is z bar, it is x minus iy. I have simply changed sign, doesn't be type. But whether it is in a standard form, though it is a complex number, it's a complex number. I need to make it as a one complex number. They have given 4 complex numbers for me. I need to make it 4 in 1. So first, what I will do is I will bring it to this type x plus i1. Then I will find its conjugate. To make this, I need a bit work. So I will write let z is equal to 3 minus 2i, okay, into 2 plus 3i, okay, divided by 1 plus 2i, okay, into 2 minus I. So what I will do here is 3 2s are 6, 3 into 3 9i, okay, minus 4i, then minus 2 into 3 minus 6, okay, I into I square is minus 1, minus become plus, divided by 1 into 2 2, 1 into minus I, 2i into 2 4i, then 2 into minus 1 minus 2, I into I square is minus 1, minus become plus. So numerator becomes 6 plus 6, 12 plus 9 minus 4, 5i, divided by here 2 plus 2, 4, minus I plus 4i, that is 3i. Again 4 complex number reduces to 2 complex number, but I need a standard form x plus i, which is not in a standard form. I will rationalize it. How to rationalize? I will multiply divided by its conjugate. It is 4 minus 3i, 4 minus 3i. Both are not the same. So the given complex number becomes z equal to 12 into 4, 48. 12 into minus 3i, that is 36i. 5i into 4, 20i. Okay. Then 5 minus 3 is minus 15. I into I square is minus 1, minus become plus, divided by 4 4s are 16, 4 into minus 3, it is minus 12i, right? 3i into 4, that is plus 12i, okay? Then 3 into minus 3 is minus 9, I square is minus 1, minus become plus, this will cancel, you end up with 48 plus 15, that is 48 plus 10 is 58, 58 plus 4 is 62 plus 1, 63, so 63 and minus it is 16i, divided by 16 plus 9 is 25. When you write in a standard form, this reduces to 63 by 25, okay, plus, okay, I times of minus 16 by 25, or or you may write this thing as 63 by 25 minus I times of 16 by 25. It's your wish. Okay. Now initially 4, it reduces to 2, then it reduces to single. It now become x plus iy style or x plus iy. So therefore I want its conjugate. Therefore conjugate is, it is z bar, nothing but 63 by 25. Conjugate means change the sign present with I. With I you have negative sign, make it as a positive. It is I times of 16 by 25. Or if you kept this thing as it is, conjugate is 63 by 25 minus I times of 16 by 25. Minus become plus only. It's your wish. So that's the answer for this particular question. So what you should do, whenever such question given, bring it in a standard style, x plus I y. Then only you proceed further. Okay? It all depends on you. So therefore 63 by 25 plus 16 by 25 is the conjugate of given complex number. Okay? Now we'll move on to the next question. Numerous questions given and miscellaneous part as well as exercise. Please show interest in solving such question. Okay, and now in future I will going to give you assignments on these questions. So you be ready with these questions. Don't depend on my reply. Okay. So what is given here? Find modulus of complex number. Find modulus of complex number 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I. What is my modulus? Square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. But first of all, whether we need to check whether it's a standard form? No, it's not at all in a standard form. So what to do here is, write the question here, let z equal to 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I. How to make it standard? Multiply it, divide by its conjugate. It is 1 plus I divided by 1 plus I, which is nothing but 1 plus I the whole square divided by a minus b to a plus b, 1 square minus I square, right? Which is a square plus 2ab, okay, plus b square divided by 1 minus I square is minus 1. So numerator becomes 1 plus 2I. I square is minus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 is 2. You cancel it. You got to know 2I by 2 is I. Okay. Now given question z is nothing but I. You can write it as 0 plus I into 1. Therefore modulus. Okay, therefore modulus is mod z, which is under root of 0 square plus 1 square, which is 0 plus 1, which is root 1. The answer is plus 1. Therefore modulus of a given complex number of this particular question is plus 1. Okay, plus 1. Now this all based on your practice. If you have a practice, you can easily manage. I'll take one more question. I will take one more question so that it will become perfect. So that next all concept for you become simple. Find the modulus of the complex number 1 divided by 1 plus I. Okay, 1 divided by 1 plus I. So again, it is not in a standard form. Though you may ask the question, denominator is in standard form, but I need it in a numerator. Right? Let z equal to 1 divided by 1 plus I. To make it standard, I will multiply by its conjugate, divide by its conjugate. Okay? So it becomes 1 minus I divided by a plus b into a plus b. 1 square minus I square, which is 1 minus I divided by 1 minus I plus square is minus 1, which is nothing but 1 minus I divided by 1 minus of minus plus. So this answer becomes 1 by 2 plus, okay, I times of minus 1 by 2, or you may write this as a 1 by 2 minus I times of 1 by 2. It's your, don't cancel 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. It is with I I is a. Therefore, mod z is nothing but square root of 1 by 2 the whole square plus minus 1 by 2 the whole square, which is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, which is root of 2 by 4, which is root of 1 by 2. So modulus of this given complex number is root 1 by 2. It means to say that that point is a distance of root 1 by 2 units from the origin. Okay, therefore modulus of this complex number is under root of 1 by 2, or in the simple language you can write it as 1 by root 2. Okay, it's your wish. You just take interest in solving that question. Now I'll take another question. Last question we will discuss, and we will discuss its next part in the upcoming video. There is one interesting question, because if I take in the next video, okay, it's not good which I felt, so better I take in today's session and let me finish. Okay. What is given here is, if x plus iy is equal to a plus ib divided by a minus ib. Then prove that x square plus y square equal to 1. See, this is a bit knowledge oriented as well as logic oriented question. Okay, it's not a difficult one. They have given x plus y. The problem with this question is it's not in the standard form. Sure, I need to prove x square plus y square equal to 1. We all know that if I take x plus iy and if I multiply it with x minus iy, what will happen? It gives me x. It looks like a plus b into a minus b. The result is a square minus b square. That is x square minus I square into y square, which is x square. I square is minus 1. Okay, it is minus already. Minus 1 into y square. So minus minus become plus, it becomes x square plus y square. It means to say that already x plus iy is given. I need to bring it in a standard form. Then I need to get x minus iy. Getting x minus iy is nothing but finding the conjugate of x plus iy. Yes or no? Therefore first I will bring it in a standard form. Then I will find its conjugate. Then I will multiply. Let me check whether we will get answer 1 or not. So that circus we will do now. So what I do here is given x plus ib, that is a plus ib divided by a minus ib, which is not in a standard form. Let me multiply by its conjugate, it is a plus ib divided by a plus ib. So when you will do like this, numerator becomes a plus ib the whole square divided by a square minus b square. Am I right? So this becomes a square plus 2a ib plus ib the whole square divided by a square minus I square is minus 1 into b square. So this becomes a square plus 2a ib. I square is minus 1, it is minus b square upon, it is minus minus become plus a square plus b square. With this I want to know, therefore x plus iy is equal to, I will make this a one group, that is a square minus b square plus I times of 2ab divided by a square plus b square. Therefore x plus iy is equal to a square minus b square divided by a square plus b square. Okay, this is one part. Then we will do it as a I times of 2ab upon a square plus b square. Now it's in the standard form, right? Which implies x minus iy. It is nothing but conjugate. Conjugate means replace sign. It is equal to a square minus b square upon a square plus b square. Okay, conjugate means change the sign. Minus I times of 2ab upon a square plus b square. Okay. Now, okay, I'll write here. Now, x square plus y square is equal to x plus iy into x minus iy. There is no 2. So what is x plus iy? X plus iy I brought in a standard form. It is a square minus b square, a square plus b square. Okay. Plus I times of 2ab divided by a square plus b square into x minus iy, that is a square minus b square divided by a square plus b square minus I times of 2ab divided by a square plus b square. Am I right? Now what do I do in the next step? I'll simply, it looks like a plus b into a minus b, that is nothing but a square minus b square, that is 2ab upon a square plus b square the whole square. When I take numerator, it is a square minus b square the whole square, okay, divided by a square plus b square the whole square minus it is 4a square b square divided by a square plus b square the whole square. Okay, anyhow denominator become common now. It is a square plus b square the whole square. Numerator become a square minus b square the whole square minus 4a square b square. Okay. Now because of less space, what I will do here is I will continue this problem here. Please take care. I will continue because of the less space. So we all know that it is nothing but a square minus b square. When I expand this, okay, so this answer become a raised to 4 minus 2a square b square plus b raised to 4 minus 4a square b square. Okay, then it become in the denominator a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4 plus 2a square b square. Just check with the sign scheme we have. So it is a square. Okay, I did my one mistake. It looks like a plus b into a minus b. It is a square minus b square. I need to write here I also, which I forgot. Okay, so I square. So because of I square, this become plus. I am extremely sorry because it looks like a plus b, a minus b. Therefore, a square minus b square. So I square is minus 1. Minus minus become plus. Here also it will become plus. So with this it become here plus. So what will happen in the numerator? Is a raised to 4 minus 2a square b square plus 4a square b square. It becomes 2a square b square. Okay, plus b raised to 4 upon a raised to 4 plus b raised to 4 plus 2a square b square. If you check with the numerator as well as denominator, a raised to 4, a raised to 4, b raised to 4, b raised to 4, 2a square b square, 2a square b square, all sides are same. Answer is plus 1. Therefore, I started here. I got this step, I brought here, then I ended. So with this I got to know if x plus iy is a plus iy divided by a minus iy, then x square plus y square, by considering x plus iy into x minus iy, we got answer as a plus 1. So that's the conclusion. So the only thing I did mistake is take it as a take it as a b, complete. A plus b, a minus b. It is a square minus b square. B is I is also included. I square is minus 1. Therefore minus minus become plus. Rest all are same. I simplified. I got my answer. With this I proved this particular result. Okay. So please take care of all this problem. I will come with few more questions based on this category, and let me discuss the last part of complex number along with quadratic equation. Till then, take care. Thank you very much.